get credit for those analytics wins? That should.
I should. They're like Division I coaches that count D2 wins.
You got to add that to your total.
It should be.
What happened with Samson? Can you give us an update on how he is?
Yeah, I don't know. Sam, obviously, he's going to go into the protocol. He was screaming. I could hear him at the end of the bench. I'm good. I'm back. But he, we just got to see where it goes from here. But he's definitely in the protocol now.
Concussion protocol.
Yeah, and it's a shame because he started that game in just electrifying fashion. Obviously, the lob off the pin to start, and then the lefty dunk, and offensively we were humming when he was in the game, and to be able to win, to be able to beat a team of that caliber with like Alex having a bad shooting game, Solo being foul trouble, and having a bad shooting game. I think it speaks to just the makeup of these players. They're the magic dust.
Dan, over here, what's it say for the strength of these programs and the sport that you guys, two different ends of the country could pull up MSG on a Saturday night in December and play a game like that?
Yeah, I mean, going to Seattle last year and basically selling that thing out there, and they had a very similar crowd to the type of crowd that we had tonight, and then just having an awesome atmosphere, and just like the intensity of college games, I think is awesome. I mean, I think you never want to stray from how hard we fight to win these games. I think what makes sports great is when the fans of their team, seeing the players and the coaches literally fighting for their lives on the court to win basketball games. I think that's what makes sports great. If people are just playing sports, it's not quite as compelling. These matchups are always awesome with Gonzaga. Mark's a Hall of Famer. They're one of the top 5 programs in the country year in and year out for the last 30 years. So, hopefully we could extend the series with them.
Dan, there was up the middle. There was a stretch in the second half where it was like a 6 or 7 point flurry to push you guys ahead, and the plays were made, by Jalen and then 2 newcomers in Liam and Terrace. I guess, what have you seen from the guys over the last couple of weeks as they've tried to gel and tried to grow together to really offset some of the losses you had last year in terms of guys departing for the NBA?
Yeah, just I think it speaks to just our ability to filter through the recruiting process, filter people into the program, or they pick us or we pick them, but there's a filtering process where we do get men of very high character. When we were going through the Maui experience, and then returned home, the narratives and the external noise, people of not of our character and caliber might have really gotten into a pretty big slide. I mean, we could have found ourselves under 500 going into league play very easily with this stretch of games. So just those guys. Liam McNeely, was like born to replace Cam Spencer, and Terrace is just his improvement in efficiency, and trusting the sophomores. I think you could see that they showed tonight that we probably made the right decision to take some lumps early, but the upside of Jalen Stewart and Jaden Ross and Solo Ball, I think, gives us a chance to improve a lot more throughout the course of the year than maybe a lot of teams that are really old right now maybe don't have the upside that we have once our guys really grow up.
Dan, the defense, especially to start the game, seemed like it was on another level that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
They obviously missed some open shots, but what is your evaluation of the defense?
It was better. We sped them up, and I think some of it, it was a combination of both. There were some mistakes we made, clearly defensively, but they're like the best offense in the country, if not the best, and top 2 or 3. So I was pleased with the way we guarded them. They're impossible to defend. They just got so many weapons, and their schemes are so great, and so we've made a lot of progress there. We got a long way to go there, though. that's why we're 8-3 and not better. Is obviously our defense and our rebounding have not been what they've been the last couple of years.
Coach, I heard you make some comments after Maui and Baylor that you had to basically realize this isn't last year's team, and I just wanted you to talk about like your journey on realizing that this is not last year's team because they're starting to play like last year's
Yeah.
team.
Listen, Maui was a very complex. It was a very complex trip. There were a lot of things going on. The 3 games felt like one long game. I mean, it was the total blender. We were in out there. When you're in a tournament like that, it's hard to separate and evaluate and just look for us. I mean, the level of success we're having as a program, just to go out there and lose that first game and get the thing with the officials and I think it was just it was a great thing to go through, very valuable for me. Obviously, every year, 18 months, I have an episode with the referees. That January, before we won the 23 championship, it was probably the last episode I had. It's not a nightly thing. You saw me hugging those guys and smiling, and for the most part, that's, I've grown a lot that way, but, I part of it, it was just, I coached the guys mad out there in Maui, mad that they weren't playing the caliber basketball that I wanted them to play, and I think I learned a lot from that experience. Some of the criticism I took, I deserved. Not all of it. There were a lot of. Next question.
Dan, you talked about some of the younger guys having an upside. You had great minutes from Youssef tonight in a game where Samson goes down.